Hey everyone, in this module I'm going to talk to you about basically how WordPress works, the basics of WordPress, because you've thought of your concept, you've figured out your framework for how you're going to construct your content, you know how you could deliver it, or you're thinking about how you could deliver it to people, and now you're like, okay, well, I've registered my domain, I've installed WordPress, now what do I do with WordPress? That was my first big like stumbling block, is because I'm not like a technical I'm not a computer person, so it was something I had to get used to. So the first thing you want to do, you want to choose a theme. So what's a theme? Well, a theme is basically just a layout for how your page looks. So it's basically like a skin on a cell phone. A theme changes how your website looks. It doesn't change the content really, it changes how it looks. So you can see this is a theme I have in here called Headway. So Headway allows me to structure the page how I want to structure it. And then I have another theme called Optimized Press. So you see how these different themes look different. Like this is a different type of blog theme. This is a specifically like a product website theme. So these are themes, right? So the first thing I want you to remember is that there's no perfect theme, okay? There are so many themes out there, and you're gonna go, when you first start trying to pick your theme, you're gonna go crazy because you're gonna wanna find the right one. You gotta find the right one. The reality is, there are ones that work better than others, there are ones that convert better than others, but for the most part, you're not gonna find the perfect theme, so don't obsess too much. So themes need to serve two main purposes. And one, they need to be easy to read and intuitive. So what do I mean by that? Easy to read means that it's structured well. So if you look at Rich 20 something, it's pretty well organized. It's like the banner. There's some information here, opt-in box, some information about the content, and that's it. Very well organized, easy to read. And then also, there's also obviously more content on danieldibiase.com, but it's pretty easy to read. And it's well structured, like blog post, abbreviated blog post, abbreviated blog post. On the side, there's a little bit about me, a subscribe box. Pretty easy. It's not, the lines are pretty clean. Could be cleaner probably, but it's pretty clean. And then on the side, you just have social media buttons. So you can see what I'm doing on social media. Pretty pretty standard stuff, right? So pretty easy to read, and also intuitive. So you want it to work well for what your customer needs. You need it to, like, if they're looking for blog posts, the blog posts are right there, not hard to find. It also needs to be formatted for your niche or product. So I'll give you an example again. Obviously, this works for a blog. This is the format that works for this. Obviously, this is the format that works for my landing page. That's the format that works for this. So you got to know what type of website you need to set up, and then pick the WordPress theme that works for that. So let's find your theme now. So first thing is, there are thousands of free themes available, thousands of them, literally. And the way that you find the free themes, that you go to your backend or your WordPress site, and you've installed this now, and you might even have a page just like I'll show you. My friend just set one up recently, and my friend Yami just set one up, and here we go. So this is basically what your WordPress will look like. Probably when you first install, it's gonna be something basic like this. Like they'll just throw up. When you first install WordPress, it will just look like this. This is like the shell. This is nothing. There's like no theme on here, or if it's a theme, it's just it's just like the basic theme. So you want to be able to make it look more like this. You want to be able to make it look more like this. Whatever you want to do to it, you want to be able to do that. So at first you go into your dashboard. So you log in, and the first thing you do is you go to Appearance. And this can be confusing at first. So this is the first thing you do. You go to Appearance, you go to Themes. Okay, and then once you go to themes, it's going to give you a lot of different options here. So these are the themes that I've already installed at one point on my Rich 20 something website. And there are more themes that I've done on other pages. If you were to go to danieldibiase.com, you see other themes I've installed. But these are the themes I've already installed. I've already installed Optimized Press and Headway. Those are two paid themes. But let's look at free themes. So you just go to Install, and you can search for any type of theme that you want to install, or that you want to find. So let's say that you know the name of the theme, so you can type it in there. But let's say that you don't know what you're looking for. But let's say you want a theme that has like some black in it. Maybe it has 2 columns and a fixed width, and then these are different features you can add to it. We won't necessarily, let's not even add any of that. Let's just say it's a photo blog. All right, we want to find themes that match these things. Oh, look, well, they have things that match. So you can look at this and say, hey, this is a free theme, and this is what it would look like. This is a preview, Or you can say, what are the popular themes, or the featured themes that a lot of people like? What things look good? Oh, so these are the themes that people are liking right now. This one's called, oh, Montezuma. I just had a friend talk to me about this today, Montezuma. So it's actually interesting that I'm getting to see this now. Is it going to load me a preview? Maybe it won't. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll go back to, let's see the newest themes they have. These are some of the new ones. Mimi Blove. This is a preview of what your website would look like, right? This is what your website would look like if you had this theme. So let's say that you want to install your theme. So what you would do is you would just click, let's say I want to install this theme, Memebo Love, and I want, and let's do it with a blog page because it will make more sense. The optimized press thing, it will look weird with all that, like the video content, it will look weird. Let's go to the dashboard. Let's go to, this is danieldipiazza.com. Let's go to the themes. And let me show you what it would look like when I install a theme. So when you install a theme, so let's go to danieldipiazza.com and I'll show you how it changes. So this is the theme I have up there now. And it's not going to be formatted the right way, so it might look weird, but this is just the process of doing it. So you want to find your theme that you want. So we're going to go to themes. Okay, and you can see these are the different themes. Okay, so these are the different themes I've installed. So let's say I find a theme that I want. We'll go back to newest. Let's say I wanted this Mimi Blove. All you do is you go to install now. And then now it's installed. It's just a one-click thing. And then you go, if you want to see what all your content looks like with that theme in there, you go to live preview. Right? And now, excuse me. And now you can see what my page will look like. So instead of danieldipiazza.com looking like this, now I haven't activated it yet. That's just a live preview where it shows how it all looks. But instead of looking like this, it would look something like this. So the post would look like this, and it looks a little different. Maybe I don't like it, but it still has the social media things on the side right here. So that's how it would look. So you can really literally go through and use different live previews to figure out which one you want to do. And then when you want to make the theme permanent, just click activate. I'm not going to click it, but you click activate. And then, when you go back to the theme installer, you can see all the themes that you've at one point either activated or installed right here. So now you can see Mimi below there. And I tried Modern Clicks, I've tried Cold Stone. All those things didn't work the way that I wanted them to. They didn't look the way I wanted them to. So of course I have, this is the headway theme. So there's a ton of free themes available. So the thing about free themes is you can always edit and upload them from the dashboard. So this is the dashboard right here. Again, this is the dashboard, and you can always change your themes out from here. The second thing is you got to look for simple layouts. The one thing I was looking for with danieldipiazza.com is having a clean, streamlined approach. I wanted a very simple picture, abbreviated blog post, picture, abbreviated blog post with a small amount of side options on the side, but I also wanted to be able to customize positioning and sizes and stuff like that. And so there are some limitations with free themes. So when you have free themes like this, people have made these themes and they're free. But since someone else, we can look at some of the featured themes. Since someone else has customized these, you might not be able to do all the things that you want to do with your theme. And there are some great free themes out there, but you really got to search. But you might not be able to do all the things that you want to do with these themes. And if you can't do all the things that you want to do, sometimes it's okay to pay for a theme. And so there are a lot of good paid themes out there. There are a couple that I thought of. Headway is what I'm using right now. And so let me give you an example. On some of these free themes, you just kind of go in there and you edit it the way that you're going to edit it. You just go, basically, you go to your dashboard or your website, and you would go to your dashboard. If you want to edit a post or something, and you go to pages, and then you just make your pages, and you just go along here. You go to your posts, and you'd make your posts, and this is all the content, but it's kind of hard to control how everything looks sometimes. And I wanted to be able to change the way things look. So Headway, I'm not going to do a whole tutorial on Headway, but Headway is the theme I'm using right now, and it's cool because it allows me to do this. It allows me to go into what's called the visual editor, and most themes don't really have anything like this. This is a paid theme, but it allows me to go into a visual editor, and I can look at my theme and basically like I would add all, the whole point of this visual editor is you add all your content, in the in like the dashboard of WordPress right here. So you would add a new post, but then you can arrange how that content looks in the visual editor. So like if I wanted to change how big this font, which widget area was, or if I want to put it over here, I could do that. See how it just moves like that? It just moves and then it clicks back into place. Or I could, like change this, how big this bar is. I can move around this box at the bottom. There's a ton of stuff I can do with this, and I'm not gonna do a whole Headway presentation right now. And I'm not affiliated with Headway, so that's just a theme that I use. I think it's like $97. It's totally worth it though. Or like maybe it's even less. I don't know. And then so there's Headway. Thesis I've heard is really good. I haven't used Thesis, but I know one person who has a Thesis website. I'll show you real fast. I think it's showandtellstories.com. This is my friend Monica McCarthy. She's just fantastic, and she does basically she creates. Yep, that's Monica. She creates great custom videos and produces amazing content for web entrepreneurs and other business owners. So I think this is a Thesis theme. I think I said it down here. It said, yeah, it's a Thesis theme. So this is how hers looks, but Thesis is also highly customizable. You might not find a theme that's free that you can put that big banner here and then have all this stuff really laid out here with all these options and then have that great big video up front. She's just been able to create, a little info box on the side and her subscriber list. So she's been able to create a really cool package, there. So, and that's Thesis theme. I haven't used it before, but I've known some people who've used it with success. Optimized Press is what I use. This is also a paid theme this is what I use for Rich 20 something. So, this is really cool because it allows you to set up like sales and product pages really easily with subscription boxes, or even like you can look at the blog page that they set up with the Optimized Press theme. It's just really well structured. It integrates widgets well, which we'll talk about, widgets and plugins well, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's just well structured. It was what I needed at the time. I couldn't find a free theme that would do this. I'd heard some people who'd used it with success. I guess I could have created this same type of format with the Headway theme because Headway is highly customizable, but I didn't want to take the time. And Optimized Press works really well for that. So like you can see also in Optimized Press, like not only do I have my sales page, but like I have like if I wanted to go to session 1, like you can see how all my sessions are laid out, like for my free content for the Rich 20 Jumpstart series, which you guys have all seen most likely. Let me pause that. But basically, it just allows me to set up really easily. So like banner, text, video, sharing, social media options. It just integrates it well, and it just does some things that just makes life a lot easier, and it's totally worth the money. You could sweat trying to do all this in Headway. It wouldn't work, and you couldn't find a free theme that would get it done. Trust me, it's just not going to. Also, some themes, I'm not going to go through these, but Woo themes, elegant themes. So like you can go to woothemes.com or elegantthemes.com and find some really good paid themes. Paid themes are just going to have more robust features. They're going to be able to do more, and also they're going to be probably like very niche specific. Like if you're looking to do a sales page, Optimized Press is going to have things just for that. If you're looking to do a great blog, Woo themes and elegant themes have stuff just for that. So it's with the free themes, you might find some great stuff, but you're going to have to search really hard. Whereas some of the paid themes are just worth it. It just depends on what you want. But obviously there are low and no cost options, so always consider those. Plugins basically are small pieces of little software that allow you to have some really good features. So like for instance, let me give you an example. On this screen right here, these little social media icons on here, that's part of a plugin. Let me show you what plugins look like. So let me get out of the visual editor here. Let me go back to the dashboard. Let me go out of the visual editor. So like plugins are small pieces of software, and you just go to plugin and you go to add new, right? Plugins are small pieces of software that allow you to do really cool things. So let's say you wanted a plugin that would integrate Facebook onto your page, because most themes don't come with like built-in widgets and plugins. They just don't. You have to find them and customize them. So let's say you wanted to integrate Facebook onto your page. So you'd search for that in plugins, and they're going to have all different plugin options. So now Facebook looks like Facebook has its own plugin, right? It's made by Facebook. So if you wanted to have this plugin, you'd say, okay, what does it do? Adds Facebook social plugins to your WordPress site, associate your WordPress with free Facebook application, blah, blah, blah. So this is what you can do with it. And you can see that it's getting 3 stars right now. You can look at the ratings. This one's getting pretty good ratings. But let's just say you want to install this one. You just go to install now. I show you want to install the plugin. Yes. So what's going to do is it's going to install it now. And so it says, okay, installing. Okay. So if you wanted to activate the plugin, if you activate the plugin, it doesn't necessarily put it on your page right away. What it does is it sends it, once you install a plugin, you can see it's going to take you to this page, and you can look at your plugins. Now, these are all the plugins I have. Some of them are activated, some of them aren't. But let's try to find Facebook. Where's the Facebook plugin? Here it is. So this is the Facebook plugin. So the plugin might be activated, but once a plugin is activated, it's now what's called a widget. So you're over here with plugins, you go back to appearance and go to widgets, and this is how you would use it. So these are all the plugins that I have on my page right now. So let me show you an example of what DanielDiPiazza.com looks like right now. So this is DanielDiPiazza.com, and these are all my plugins which turned into widgets on the side right here. All I have is I have a About Daniel, which is like a text, a subscribe box for my newsletter, and a popular post, and a category selection. And then these down here are actually added in the Headway visual editor. They're not even plugins. But let's say I wanted to add a Facebook plugin here, which I don't want to, because this is actually a plugin here. I didn't want to add those, so I'm not going to add a Facebook one. But let's say I wanted to. So I just go back to widgets, and I would say, okay. So now when you're in widgets, you'd find your plugin that you just installed, and you could say whatever one it was. It was one of these Facebook. I have so many Facebook ones. Let's say let's just say it was the Facebook like button. What you would do is you would just take it and you just drag it. You just drag it to where you wanted in your Facebook, and it'd just say, or drag it to where you wanted on your web page. So they're in order of what order they're on the side of your page. And you'll know where the widget is, because whenever you pick your theme, like, it will tell you the widget area of the web page. Like, it will say the widgets will go here. Whenever you install a widget, it's going to go here. With themes like Headway, you can pick wherever a widget goes. But on a lot of free themes, it will tell you where it's going to go. So let's just say we want the title to say like me, and I don't want to know what the URL is. HTTP www.daniel. Now this is where you would put your the address of your Facebook page. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not going to do the whole thing. But and there are other options to make it look a certain way. But let me just save it just so you can see what it looks like. Right? I should be saved now. So then I'm going to go back to DanielDiPiazza.com. Now it should be, since I put it on as the last widget, it should be somewhere down the bottom right there. Okay, there it goes. Like me. 14 people like this. Oh, who likes me? People like me already? Oh, maybe they got the stuff from here. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So that's where, but you'd put your Facebook information in there, and it would make this little box. And now you see how you have a widget adder right there, and that's how you add more and more cool little features to the side. That's how that works. So I'm going to delete that because I don't want that here. So just to take it off, all you do is just drag it. It automatically saves, and now it's no longer on there. So if you were to refresh DanielDiPiazza.com just from dragging it, it should be automatically off right now. Yeah, see how it's off? Yeah, so there's nothing there. Good. So yeah, so those are widgets. Plugins and widgets. Yeah, so there are many, and most of these are free, by the way. Most of these are free. So the more widgets that you find, and let me know if you find any good ones, the better free ones you're going to find. There are some that you have to pay for, but 99.9% of the good widgets and plugins are free. Remember, plugins, you download plugins and they turn into widgets. I don't know why that is. I don't know what they call that. But let's talk about now, okay, so you know kind of how WordPress works and how you'd set something up, and it's going to take you, I mean, you might have the basic idea of how to do it now, but it's going to take you a couple hours to really figure out like how you want your page to look, and you're going to obsess about it a lot. And that's okay. I kind of sat here for hours and hours and hours obsessing about how I wanted my thing to look, and then of course, like, I have very limited Photoshop experience, so I had to figure out like how I wanted to make this header look, and so like I had to go to a font website to like download a font, and then I had to go into Photoshop, and I had to like dumb around in Photoshop because I don't even know what I was doing. So I mean, there's a lot of steps there, but to get your website looking how you want it to look, it's going to take a while. But these are the tools to do it with. So last but not least, uploading and organizing content. So there are different things that you have to upload and organize. So I guess we can talk about them individually. just so you don't get too distracted. So pages. So pages are, this is a page right here. This whole thing, this whole piece of material right here, this page with all these posts on it is one page. This is the home page, right? Now if you wanted to go to, I don't really have too many other pages on the Daniel DiPiazza website. I guess another page on this website would be the contact me page, because this is Daniel DiPiazza / contact me. And if you look at this, if it's a page on your website, it will be like the website name / something. That's how you know it's a page on your website. These other links that I have up here are actually links to my Rich 20 website. They're links, they're not other pages on the website. But pages are where you store whole pieces of like brand new ideas. So like a page is kind of like if you think about a book, like each one of these is a page in a book. Now, and I think I probably elaborated that. Yeah, pages. They're for organization, so they help you to organize all your content. So like thank me, and I think I also, or can contact me. I think I also have a thank you page. Yeah, that's kind of, it's hidden. It's not, you can't go to the border, or you can't go to the menu and see it, but I also have a thank you page. So when you subscribe, you'll get that thank you page, right? So those are, and of course when you click the banner, you go back to the home page. But these are pages, right? Now these are for organization, help you organize. But what about actual content? Well, that's where you have posts, right? So posts are for continuous content, like a blog. So let me give you an example. Like, again, if you go back to rich20something.com, this session 1 page that I showed you, that's one page. It's not a post, it's a page. Because there's also session 2. Check out session 2. And so again, I'm going to pause that. Again, these are all pages, because pages don't update continuously like posts do. Pages are just a shell, and you can put stuff on them. But posts are things that are shared for continuous content. So posts are something that you'd use for like a blog. So I do have kind of like a blog sort of thing on rich20something.com. It's the expert series. Oh, I don't have it at expert series anymore. I have it at expert/expert. Right, and this is kind of like my blog on the website. Now, here's what I mean by continuous content. I'm just going to give you a little bit of like, I'm going to get a little techie here. So if you go to so like let's say I'm on danieldipiazza.com and I want to add a new post. Every time I add a new post, I'm not going to do it right now, but well, actually, yeah, let me do it. So like this is danieldipiazza.com. When I click add a new post, it's going to add it to my front page of my website, because what I've done here is I've actually set in the options, in the settings, I go to general, and you have to decide where you want your blog post page to be. So like I've decided that I want I think you have to go to reading. Yeah, so I think that it's refreshed, or actually no, it says the front page displays your latest posts. So every time I post, right here, every time I go to post a new post, it will display to my front page. So danieldipiazza.com is my blog. So you just go to settings, and then you go to reading, and you can set which page you want to be your blog page. My blog page is my front page. Front page displays your latest posts. So every time I post something, it will post right to the front page, and that's a blog. So like let's say I wanted to create a new post. I would just go, when I'm already logged in as a user, I just go to create a new post, and I go like, oh, new post, right? I go, hi, this is a new post, and you can see it would create a little link, so that's where the page will be located, and I just press publish. So now, since I set my blog page to be my front page, when I go back and I view danieldipiazza.com, when I go back and I view that, look, new post. Hi, this is a new post. And of course, you could add pictures to it, and you can do all that stuff. It's not too hard to figure out. It's pretty easy, actually. You just go to visual, and you can just type upload or insert picture, and you can, I mean, that's really easy to figure out how to do all that stuff. It might take a little bit of time, but that's the basic idea. So you can go to posts, and if your front page displays your latest posts, then whenever you post, it will go right to the front page, and that's new content. So this is the page, that's a post. Okay, so let's talk about when you don't want your front page to be your blog page. So like, let me show you rich20something.com again. So rich20something.com is mostly a product-based page, right? Or it's for a specific type of like product, basically. And so And you know that because you're here. So this is a product page. So this is the front page. This is rich20something.com. That means that when you type in just this basic name, this is the front page. Just like DanielDiPiazza.com is the front page of Daniel DiPiazza, rich20something.com is the front page of rich20something. But you can see this isn't the blog page. This is a static page. It's what's called a static page, meaning that unlike a post, this page never changes. It's always going to be the same. So how do I do that? Well, you set that up like this. You could just go back into your dashboard and you can say, okay, what do I want my front page to be? I don't want it to be a blog page. I want it to be just one thing. So you go back to settings and you go back to reading in your blog, and then you go, I want my front page to display a static page. So now you can see that my static page displays the welcome page, right? It displays the welcome page. So that means that that whenever someone comes to the website, they're only going to see this static page. If I can ever find it again, yeah, just go back to. They're only going to find this static page, and then you can set your blog page to whatever you want it to be. So that if you do want to have a blog, you can set your blog page to wherever you want it, and that's where your posts will update. They won't update to your static page or to your front page. So that's the difference between posts and pages. So yeah. So then we have menus. So menus are basically at the top right here. This is a navigation bar, but to have this navigation bar, you basically have to change your menu around. Or also DanielDiPiazza.com has a navigation bar up here. And so that's not too difficult. I'm not going to go too much into that, go too crazy with it. But basically all you do is you just go to your dashboard, and then you go to your appearances again. You go down to menus, and then you can control what people see on the top navigation bar by basically creating a new menu here. So you just say, okay, I want my front page to have this navigation menu, and then you would create the links to where those buttons would go. You click boom, add it, and then it will come right over here to the side, and you just pop them in order. If you want to change the order, you can change the order, or you can even make it like, well, I think you can make it. Can you make a drop down? I think you can even make drop downs. Like maybe under Rich20 something will say contact me. Let me see what that says. I think that it does that. That might be pretty cool. Let me see. Interesting. Yeah. So you can create it. So instead of it all being laid out, you can actually do it structured like that. Pretty cool stuff, right? You can just play around with that. It's not too crazy. I'll put that at the bottom right here and save it. So yeah, so those are menus, and let me actually go ahead and delete this. Let me go to. I'll delete it later. And so so those are menus, and then it shows what you want your users to see. And then for media, basically just to upload media, all you do is like if you want to upload a new picture to your website to put on somewhere, when you click upload and insert, it's going to just take you here. And you can upload any type of picture there, and I usually upload it from my computer. So like if I had a picture on my desktop, I had a screenshot right here. Yeah, so like let me upload this screenshot. So I just say select files. I'll go to my desktop. There's one. Here's a screenshot. So I would edit that to how I wanted to, what I wanted to be called, if I want a caption or text or whatever. And let's say I didn't want it. Let's say I wanted it just to be the featured image, which just means that it's going to be like the image that people see on the front page. I click make it a featured image, or I can put it somewhere in the post if I wanted to. And I can say save all changes. And then when I look at view post, it will be that featured image right there with the post, right? And then when you go to the front page, you'll see like that's the little image. That's how you get this little image to pop up, right? So that's uploading and organizing content. So basically, now you know how to. And let me actually zoom out a little bit. I think that might help. Good. So now you know how to basically choose your theme, find the right theme for you, whether it's a free one or a paid one. There are some plugins that you'll need. Plugins that I'm using right now, I'm not using anything too serious. I'm using just a text plugin, an Aweber subscription plugin box, which we'll talk about using Aweber in another module. I'm using a popular post plugin, a categories plugin. That's it. Nothing serious. And then I get a little bit fancier with the Rich 20 thing. I have a little plugin that does this thing down here where it flies down there and it follows you. You can see this little social media box follows you, but that was free also. So nothing too serious there. Oh, I'm running on reserve power. And yeah, so you'll figure out what type of theme you want. You'll figure out what type of plugins work good for you, plugins/widgets, and then you'll just upload and organize your content. This is where you make your content. So you want to write blogs? Well, you make a blog page, right? And then you start doing posts, and then you create good menus so people can see at the top what they want to see, and then you just upload pictures and data. And I just want to throw in really quick right here. I don't think I showed you how to make a page. It's really simple. It's the same way as making a post. You just go to Pages, Add New Page, right? And then you would just say, this is a new page with new stuff. So I'll go to Publish, and now I could look at it. I could view it, and that would be my new page. So let me give you an example, like new page. This is a whole new page, but if I go back to the front page, that was the new post that we did. That was the new post, but you won't be able to see new page because we haven't put it in the menu up here. But if I type in dandavias.com/new-page, that's the new page we just made. And you could put pictures there, and you can make this into another type of, this could be an About Me page or whatever you want to do. So anyway, post, pages, widgets, menus, media, theme. But it's going to take you a while to figure out how you want all your pages to be structured. And you can always email me if you have any questions. But these are the basics. So have fun and enjoy setting up your first WordPress page or your WordPress website.